Hello, my name is Bob, and this is a brief introduction to Chartsmart. Chartsmart's been around 25 years, and it's still going strong. It's software for stock charting. As you can see, there's a stock chart. This is a daily chart, and there's a weekly chart, and it's also for stock screening, which is this menu, where you can screen in virtually unlimited ways. And the nice thing is that Chartsmart resides on your hard drive, so it's very fast. It's not on the web, and it's also kept private that way. So the other thing is, aside from being a screener and a charting program, it's a stock management program where you can create your lists, like the Z-Watch, and you create any number of lists that you want. And basically you can manage these lists. For example, you can say what's common between one list and another list. And as you create filter lists, for example, let's go into the filter menu, and I'm going to go to a separate group that's empty. So these are samples here. You can see in the back how they change, and these are all sets. And here's the filter group 1, and I'll go filter group personal group sets, and see, so 1 to 10 are all for your private ones, and these are just practice, the beginning ones. So if I go in here and I add a filter set, and I just say stocks I like, okay, and I run this, and I say, okay, well, let's look at I only look at big companies. Let's say I look at ones on the Toronto Stock Exchange and New York and NASDAQ and the American. Okay, I stay away from the venture and OTC. So we've selected our stocks. Now there's about 12,500 in the database. So I'm going to click this Run Filter List button. You look in the middle when this runs, and you'll see the number 12,500 right there. That might have been quick, but you'll see that we only got 8,000 because there's 8,000 out of the 12,500 in those. And that's not actually totally right. There is a really neat feature in Chartsmart now, which I believe is on right now. And what I've done is I've excluded all the ETFs. So there might have been 10,000, but there's actually 8,000. So that's the beginning of a filtered list. And then if you were to say looking for, you can look for virtually anything, sector, type, the price ranges, where it is from the high or low, all kinds of volume screens and how active they are. Then you get into the technical indicator screens, whether they're having crossovers on MACDs, RSIs. You can see the list of these indicators, and basically you can screen on these. And then you have fundamentals, which is a big feature. And for example, just using this example, I'll do something really simple and just say I want the dividends, the dividend yield to be up over, say, it's got to be 5%. Okay, so I had 8,000 before. Let's run it again, and you can see now there's 800. Okay, now I can also exclude preferreds and units, so I can do that. So let's add that to our criteria. So I go to type, and that's for Canada, and I'll rerun it, and you'll see that the list gets smaller than 800. Now it's 688. And then we can sort this too. We could sort it on the volume of shares per day, and so we have 688. And if I click this, it'll go to the group button, and I can now scroll through them. You can see on the top 2 of 688, and you'll notice that these charts all meet the criteria. And I'm going to show you, there's the dividend yield right there. You can see 5.2. They're all going to be over 5%. And what's neat is you can actually display the fundamentals on the bottom of the chart, and you can see the lines and the trends and revenue and dividends and so on. So that's just a brief introduction to how the filters work. And what you can do is you can integrate them. So if I were to rerun this, and I could actually copy this whole list now. I can either rerun it anytime, but I can also place this filtered list into a watch list. So I could say high dividend companies. Okay, so Again, this is just a basic introduction, so I can accept and go to ZWatch. So it puts them in, and now you see what's happened is in the ZWatch, I showed you this originally, it's created in a list. And you can see there's 688 companies in the list. And then we could, for example, take this list and check what's common with another one, or we can simply anytime go view charts and it goes into the filtered list. We can scroll through it. So that's a real basic introduction to Chartsmart. It's pretty well the simplest filter you could do. The charts can be semi-log or log or daily, weekly, and so on. You can print to PDFs, which is a really amazing feature. For example, that list, I'll show you how this works. I could go into that list, and down here I could go print charts for list, and I could print 4 per page landscape. And if I went print to PDF, let's see what happens. There's 688 charts to print, and what's happening now is it's taking 4 charts, and I've chosen daily ones. Okay, I could have chosen it, and it's got all the indicators I want. And I'm going to stop this early, but I'll stop the print job. And if I go back in here and I go to view them, you can see in the bottom here's some new, these are just done today, and these are this is what I printed. I printed these on a 1-page sheet. Let's reduce that. So there you go. That's a 1-page one. And so basically you could have printed your own chart book. Now there's nothing that'll do that, and Chartsmart is really amazing to be able to do that kind of thing. So I'm going to do lots more videos, but the new Chartsmart as of July of 2019 is just full of amazing features. And aside from all the things I've mentioned and all the different other screens and indicators and annotations you can put on the chart, another really powerful tool is this back testing of your filter sets that you can do. And this is a new feature, and let's just get that little window out of there. And you can also, for example, draw alerts on your charts at various inflection points. For example, when there's MACD crossovers, or you can actually construct your own custom formula, and it will draw on the charts when that formula occurred, so you can see what happened after. For example, you could say make a screen for looking for stocks that have dropped 3 days in a row, and when that happens on the chart, it'll put a little mark, and you can see what would have happened. And the back testing goes further into that, and it allows you to screen out on those types of things. So packed with features, Chartsmart is just an amazing, solid product. Go to our webpage at chartsmart.com, download it for free. There's absolutely no obligation, and we don't ask for a credit card or anything. Just go in and download it. Try it for a month and see what you think. And we welcome your thoughts, and of course we hope you'll join us and subscribe. Anyway, that's the end of this video for now. Thank you very much.